What's good, everybody? Zeno here. Another episode of the Footy Culture Podcast. We're going to get right into it. No time to waste. First thing I want to talk about with you guys is soft footballers.
Damn.
We're talking softies today.
Physically or mentally?
Depends how you look at it, because there's been some news in the football space developing as of late where, you know, Barcelona's captains are, as some would say, quite soft. Let me give some context here for those listening and those tuning in. Barcelona got smacked by Chelsea in the Champions League recently. We all saw it. We all experienced it. We all low-key expected it, man. Low-key. But a main talking point of that game, Ronald Araujo, red card early in the game, cost his team. Absolutely took out, I believe it was Pedro Neto.
Yes.
Oh, no, it's Cucurella.
Was Cucurella? Absolutely took him out. Rash challenge. No need. Second yellow card. Result in a red. In a sense, cost his team, which isn't the first time, you know. And Araujo seems to do this in the Champions League a lot. You know, he cost him against PSG a few years back. He cost him against Inter when he let, you know, an elder statesman, center back. Acerbi. Elder statesman Acerbi scored at the near post late in the game. And as a result of all this, Ronald Araujo has taken a leave of absence from Football Club Barcelona, citing personal matters, and the club has allowed it. And basically what I'm trying to say here is this is Barcelona's acting first captain, because, you know, first captain's Ter Stegen, he's out injured. You have Barcelona's captain skipping matches because he can't take the pressure of a football match. And look, guys, we could dip into the mental health discussion because we're all mental health advocates here. We just played the Kick the Stigma charity match. You know, it's an important topic to discuss. But, you know, it comes to a point where you're the captain of your football club. You have to take some accountability for costing your team. You know, this isn't some, you know, rotation player, youngster who's been thrown into the mix, had a bad game and is getting abused. You know, that's tough to deal with. But you have a captain of Football Club Barcelona skipping games, having his agents go to club offices to force a move. Take some accountability for costing the biggest football club on the planet multiple games across multiple seasons. What kind of captain are you? What are you guys' thoughts?
You're upset, man.
I want to hear the other Barca guy's thoughts.
Yeah.
I'll go last on this subject.
Well, Dave, that means you're next.
I don't know, man. I think if you're there's different ways you can take this situation, the situation he's at. Obviously, as a captain, you have the obligation to be, you know, the bigger man. You know, try to show as, you know,
By example.
by example,
Be the
the
leader.
person that you are. And there's two ways you take this. The way that Araujo's taking it right now, where he's, you know, ducking low and, you know, trying to, you know, again, he probably is going through some mental stuff right now, but there's that route. Or you go through the route where you like you what's the word again? You know you did wrong.
You shake it up.
You shake it up.
Strap your boots up.
You come up.
Face it
You
first.
come out. You face it right away, head on. Maybe you come out with an apology, say, you know what, a little Instagram post, you know, a picture of you,
Maybe no picture,
with the
black
captain's
screen.
band, with the captain's band, showing that, and you just say, you know what, guys, I understand I had a bad game. My apologies, but I love Barcelona. We will become stronger. I will learn from this, and Visca Barca. And that's it. You come out with that. You hit it, the nail the coffin. I don't know what the saying is, but you go right at it.
Yeah.
You understand you messed up. You say, I know I messed up. I'm going to do better. Visca Barca, this is my club. I love this club. Let's move forward. I think that would probably been the best way for him because, like Jay said, he's our captain. He's the leader of this team. He's been there for so long. And he knows, and of course he knows it's all over social media. But I think that would be probably the best way because you just get right into it. You rip the bandage right off, and you just, the best way to do it is just hit the problem, and then people will forget about it.
Okay, let's say he apologizes. You as Barcelona fans, do you forgive him? Are you gonna forgive him? Are you gonna be okay with him playing week in, week out? Yes, he took accountability for it. Hope we do. That doesn't change the way he's playing.
I mean, he didn't do anything wrong.
What do you mean? he has brain.
It's part of the game.
Brainless
you're gonna-
tackles
you're
that he's
gonna-
been
yeah,
doing.
Like you're gonna get cards in the game.
No. He does it at an
No.
absurd rate. Compared to you compare him to any yes. You compare it to he does it on big games. He doesn't do it in like games that they're up 2-0 and he does it like just so they don't get one. He's doing it in games where they're behind, where they need to catch up, and he's putting their team down. So
Would you accept his apology?
can you accept his apology and be okay with him being in the team week in, week out?
I'll answer this quickly. Two ways. You do accept his apology because, again, at the end of the day, you support your Barcelona players no matter what, thick and thin. But two, just because I accepted his apology doesn't mean I was playing from going forward. I accept your apology, but hey, buddy, you should be on the bench. You should relax a bit. Maybe you do sit off. You're not playing the best right now. We'll put someone else in there. Take the captaincy band away from you for a bit.
Wow.
Until you either one, you get better, or two, at the end of the day, sometimes you know what? You're not the captain. That's it. We tried and you're just not it. Unfortunately. Let's go on to someone else. And that's happened before. So why not do that? Just because he's your captain, yeah, he said sorry, doesn't mean okay, we're gonna start playing him right away again. No, like yes, we accept your apology. We understand you did, and again, it's football. Things happen, but just because that, we're not gonna start playing again. We're gonna put you in the bench and put someone else on there. Look what's happening now. You got Gerard Martin playing center back now. He's doing all right. He's not doing bad.
He's got the size.
A lot of people are saying that he's an Inigo Martinez reincarnation, but I mean, so far he's been doing all right. And again, like you said, I don't agree with James. It wasn't just a tackle; it was a stupid tackle. The first yellow was also an idiot move from him, getting a yellow because he was talking. And you're on a yellow card, and you go into attack like that. So no, he doesn't start it.
I mean, look, playing for Football Club Barcelona is hard. It's not easy. It's a big club. You know, we've seen even from the managerial standpoint, Xavi stressed. Pep Guardiola left a prime Messi because it was too stressed to coach FC Barcelona. Hansi Flick, we've seen him with Rafinha being consoled on the sideline last week. It's hard, but I can't accept a captain of the club skipping games when the going gets tough. I can't accept that. I can't. The going got tough, and you left your dogs in the battle. Rafinha would never do that. I would promote Rafinha to first captain because it's not only our first captain, Ter Stegen, soft. Our second captain, Araujo, soft. Our third captain, Frenkie de Jong, soft. Look at the leadership in the locker room right now.
You guys are sounding like Manchester United. You're quiet over here.
When you think about the duality of man, on one end of the spectrum, you have Araujo, who's saying he feels too much pressure playing for a club like Barcelona. His actions that he's committing on the pitch, he can't really make up for that in a way, and he feels that's too tough on him mentally. Then you have the other side of the spectrum. You have Lamine Yamal saying, I've never felt pressure playing football. Real pressure is your parents raising you as young adults, having to feed you, make you happy, buy you gifts. That's real pressure. So it's kind of like the devil and the angel on your shoulder. Because I've seen disparaging thoughts on the TL regarding this topic. A lot of people saying like, oh, Araujo, like, you're a club captain. You can't be acting like this. You know what I mean? Like, there's a reason why Real Madrid have so many Champions Leagues and Barca doesn't. Because at first, it's the mentality that comes first, then your skill, then your talent, then whatever. And for Barcelona, it seems like a lot of these captains nowadays don't have that mentality. But on the other side of the spectrum, you got to look at how players operate on the daily. You don't know what it is to live like they are until you're in their shoes, right? Because a lot of these players, they go through shit that we don't know about, external stuff, social media stuff. Like I was listening to that Price Boateng podcast, and basically he was saying he was going through like a tough time in, I think, 2019 when he was at Monza, right? And basically he was saying he was driving to practice one day, and like he said, like he felt off, like he wasn't feeling the best mentally. And he shows up to practice, and like even his gaffer's like, Kevin, you okay? And Kevin's like, to be honest, like, I don't know if I could do this anymore. Like, I think I need like some time to like reflect, to go home. And the gaffer's like, okay, sure, go home. And he spent a month locked up in his room, depressed, wanted to kill himself, thinking of ways of how to commit suicide. He was saying he created a playlist so that when they find him dead, those songs are playing. Damn. So at the end of the day, you don't really know what a footballer is going through and what certain things affect them mentally, right?
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to say you should have done this instead of this, right? I mean, as us as a football podcast, it's a lot easier to say that, and of course, that's how we think. But mentally, everyone goes through stuff. So I understand he's probably going through some things, but again, I think just the best way to do is just rip the bandage off right away, get through it, say I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, you still give him time. I think it was still a good thing that Hansi Flick gave him time to relax. He still does that. I think he should still have done that, and I'm glad that he's doing that. But just rip the bandage off and say, I'm sorry. We'll do better next time. I'll be better next time. Visca Barcelona. That's it. So that people cannot be putting into their, putting words in his mouth or things in his way that he didn't say or didn't do. Right. So as long as you understand he made a mistake and you did, you work from that.
The only comparison I can really have to the situation going on here, and even Jay saying like this team's weak, it's soft. A team like Barcelona has been given an easier plate than most clubs around the world. They play in a league where I would say it's a little bit easier for them, where they can definitely reach top 4, top 3, top 2, a lot easier than other top 5 leagues teams that are up there competing, especially in the Premier League, especially in Serie A, especially in the Bundesliga, sometimes. But comparing it to Manchester United, for example, a team that was one of the greatest clubs in the Premier League for many years, and is known still maybe possibly as one of the greatest of all time in the Prem, especially going through this hard time. But now, when's the last time we won trophies? We're still spending money. We still have club issues. Players come in and go out every single year. We spend all this money. We have players like Anthony and many more players who are Sancho have all these mental issues because they're not showing up to the games when it matters. You're getting paid this much money. You cost this club this much money. That I understand because they're trying to live up to legends of the game at Manchester United, where now you're coming from Ajax, you're coming from Ajax, any other club, and you're getting these big bucks to try to bring this team back to the top. Whereas Barcelona, sometimes they bring players in for free because they have that pull. Players are welcome to join. I'm sure they screwed up their books years ago because of the wages they were giving the players, but I feel like they still have the benefit of having those opportunities to still keep getting trophies, to still keep winning games, to still have a strong fan base, to still bring in strong players into the club no matter what. Where, yeah, like I feel like, hey, club like United, I get it. Like those guys are struggling. Like mentally, those guys are fighting through it and week in, week out. But for a team like Barcelona, man, and not for anything, like you faced Chelsea, a great club. Look at them this past weekend. They were one man down. They still drew against top place in the league, Arsenal, and they scored first. Right? You guys were having a struggling game from the start. Even with Araujo in that game, you guys probably still would have lost. What was the score before?
1-0.
1-0 Chelsea?
Yeah.
You guys are still down. For Araujo to be like, yeah, it was all my fault. I don't know if he said that because I didn't know what he said back post game, but I wouldn't put the weight on like his own shoulders or like even the fan base to be like, I blame him. You guys were going to that game maybe as favorites, but in the first 10 minutes, dude, you already saw Chelsea was already way ahead of you guys. Yamal was shut down. The team was not playing the same. The offside line was just not doing it. Sure, tying Club Brugge 4-4, that's when you start asking questions. But Araujo to be going through this mental issue because you got a red card, Chelsea was the better team that game. And Hansi Flick, too, as a captain. I'm not sure what happened this weekend where I saw Rafinha that was going up to Hansi Flick, talking to him on the chair. Like, for your player to come and speak to you on your chair and you're just, like, straight-faced, that's questionable, too, because the coach should still stand up and be like, guys, like, these are my guys. Like, I don't know. When I saw that, I don't know the context of it. When I saw Rafinha leaning into his coach and Hansi Flick a straight-faced, I was like, what happened to this club?
From what I understand, what happened with that situation was Flick was kind of like discombobulated after seeing 2 of his staff members get sent off. And also apparently how like he's like trying to implement like his tactics and his plans, but like no help from the board, player injuries, this and that, players not performing how they probably should, them not kind of implementing Flick's tactics as he thinks they should, and all that kind of accumulated to what he was feeling and how Rafinha was consoling him.
So he just crashed out.
Yeah,
pretty much.
So you can't have a gaffer like that crashing out. You guys won the game, no?
3-1.
Yeah.
Okay. Good result. You guys played a lot of bench players on that team. Your defense was pretty weak for the most part.
Yeah.
Your midfield was really weak. Casido and Bernal. You guys just had Rafinha, Olmo, and Lewandowski and Yamal doing all the work for you, right? And for you to expect, we got a tough game. Like, no, bro, you won 3-1 with a weak ass team.
See, that's the thing. You guys don't get it. Barcelona expect more from ourselves, and I think Hansi Flick expects more from himself as well.
What result would have been a good result for you? Then?
No result would have been a good
They shouldn't
result.
have won.
He could have won 6-1, and he would still have been like
Did
that.
they not win?
He didn't want
They,
to stop.
they shouldn't have won though. The goalie went nuts. Garcia went off.
Garcia played well.
But
That's
look at the
what he
team
does.
that they have on.
But I think this is a
And not for anything too. Like, dude, I think a lot of teams understand how Barcelona play now. A lot of teams. We see how many La Liga games where they're always beating that line so early. They're getting those goals. They literally have to rely on Yamal and Rafinha to score goals every single game, 2-3 goals.
That's why it's frustrating.
Because so then is it end of the day? Is it just the gaffer does not have the right tactics for the team that he has? Like you're still getting results.
Yeah, sure, but again, it's like an accumulation. His staff members being sent off for whatever reason, and just like how they played so well last season, and how it's kind of not coming to fruition now.
Yeah, it's not an easy season. It's not an easy like system to play. It's very demanding on the players, and you basically need everybody to be like 100% in it. Because if one person's off their game, you get exposed easily. And I think that's why you're seeing some of these situations where they'll go a goal down, they'll go 2 goals down, and have to fight back, right? Because they're trying to play this like overly attacking, very dominant football. But it's not easy if you don't have all the right pieces in place or all the players who are 100% like fit for the system. And like once one player goes out and you have to put another player in, that's what you're seeing now. It becomes even tougher to win the games. You still have the quality to go through it, and that's what's happening. But it's just, I guess, it's just stressful as a coach because you want everything to be perfect. He's a perfectionist, right?
And I'll give you an example to show you how tough it's been realistically. Like you said, we've been going through a lot of injuries. I think the commentator said it during that game, or someone said. I might have seen it on Twitter as well. Do you know the last time those front three played together, started a game together? Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski, and Rafinha. Do you know the last time they started a game together? Starting lineup, all 3 of those.
Like 6 months ago?
6 months ago was the last time those 3 guys started a game together. Since that last game, that was the first time they 3 started the game together. I think that right there shows you a lot.
Yeah,
And I think
all of those are injuries though.
yeah, but that just shows you how much Barcelona have been, going through things this season. And I think at the end of the day, I think that's what Hansi Flick, it's gone to Hansi Flick too. It's like, you know what, we've been going through so much, and I think that just shows you, if anything, that he cares about Barcelona that much. And for Rafinha to come up to him and give him a little consolation shows the personality. These guys aren't just robots. And again, same thing going back to Araujo. He's not a robot. Like, these guys have feelings as well. And I think, like Jay said as well, going to Jay, Rafinha, man, he's my captain.
I'm sick of it.
You're first in the table. You're first in the table with Real Madrid second and 1 point behind. You're first in the table, and you're still given reason why. Oh, these guys, I understand why they're feeling this way, or this club is not at the best right now. You're first in the table.
So does Arsenal not feel that way when they're only 3 points behind or 4 points behind? Do they think they're like, oh yeah, we're doing so good right now?
Arsenal, I'm pretty sure right now.
No.
Yes, right?
Arsenal are like, dude, we should be doing better. How are we not freaking higher than this? We're gonna bottle it right now. Just because you're first place doesn't mean anything.
How did we not beat Chelsea?
Exactly. How do we not beat
Just
Chelsea?
up.
Look at Barca. How do we not beat Chelsea? Just because you're first place doesn't mean anything. Things could change like that. I also saw another Twitter a tweet or TikTok. Some guy spoke about the Premier League just going straight to the table. 2 weeks ago, the whole table was completely changed. Arsenal were still first, but teams were like, how is Aston Villa fourth now? They were like 12th or something before 2 weeks ago. So that tells you, like, just because you're first place in the league doesn't mean anything. We're not comfortable. It's not a comfortable lead for Arsenal. It's not a comfortable lead for Barcelona. So yeah, Hansi Flick obviously feels some type of way. And I'm on his side, man. Like, Hansi Flick cares about this team. I've never seen a man care about a team like that much in a while.
No, he
he
cares
said
about
the
his
same
play
thing about
style.
Barcelona. No, he cares about Barcelona. He
Man.
said it many times. I've never felt a club before like this
Let's
that
say that
made me
word.
feel this.
He'll
He
say
never
it's
said
his team
that
right now. Obviously, he's gonna say it.
No.
I disagree with you.
Because
You
you
can.
never had
Hansi
that.
Flick wasn't selling.
I never had that.
You
Hansi
never had
Flick
that at
wasn't
your club.
selling
No, a
goals
long
at
while.
Bayern like he does at
In a
Barca.
while. Okay.
Hansi Flick legit says every single time after a conference, I've never felt a club like this. This club has been changed me. He said he changed. This club has changed me.
He's never smiled like this at a
He
different
legit
club.
said this club has changed me. I've never loved the club more than this.
Yeah, he's never won the sextuple here yet. So maybe he'll get mad when he wins it. Because apparently when he wins, he gets mad.
He's saying this club changed him or whatever, but like you still have players who sure are stepping up. Some players step up, and then there's players who are literally ruining it for him too. Players like Kunde who aren't stepping up, got the bag, and they're like, I won't play, whatever. Players like Araujo, who is a captain and acting this way, why does Flick still have the audacity to continue giving this guy the captain's man?
Because guess what? Like you said, we don't have the players that we need. The fundamental players.
If as a
You do.
captain and you're saying I love this club so much, why are not the players they put on the pitch stepping up? If you love something so much, don't you want everyone to just play on their best, be in their best possible form, mentally, physically, and whatever it is?
What does it do
How
with
does
Flick?
Kunde go from being one of the best right backs or defenders in the league last season to literally garbage?
That has
He
nothing to
was
do with
playing
Flick.
every game, bro, in a tough, demanding system.
Then it's the coach itself. Then
No backup
for who?
for Kunde.
He needs a player to take him off. He needs rest.
Yeah, you can't be playing 58 games a year, bro.
How
old is he?
Sorry, fuck.
I don't know, like 26, 27.
Man, there's 30-year-olds doing more games than him.
No,
Probably.
come on, bro.
Modric.
Come on, bro.
Carvajal.
Still though.
when he's
Carvajal's
not
injured.
When he's not injured.
Exactly. You just said when he's not injured.
Either way,
Yeah.
it's not ideal.
So at the end of the day, if the players honestly think that this system is demanding and now he's complaining to them, I don't have the right players for it, then what is it? Are you backing up the players or are you backing up the coach?
Both.
No, you have to pick one. Clearly the players are in fatigue and need more rest. And then Flick's the one complaining because he has no players available. Everyone's injured, everyone's tired.
Goes hand in hand though, no?
So which one is it? Would you rather have your players playing their best football and have a coach that doesn't have such demanding football? Or would you rather keep the coach and then have 20 players playing every position and not have the best team every single week in, week out?
You guys also have a pretty deep squad, so
Do they have a deep squad?
they do, bro. You guys have two strikers, Ferran and Lewandowski. I don't want to hear Ferran sucks because you guys sucked them off like before he went on this downhill streak. So I don't want to hear that he sucks. Wingers, you guys got a luxury of getting Marcus Rashford in. How many teams could say that?
Shut your mouth
Bro,
about Marcus
How about,
Rashford.
did he not?
Shut your
Did
mouth.
you not say that you want to resign?
Bro, there's some Barca fans that love him.
No. I'm
Well,
not
did-
talking about me. I'm talking about you're saying people were going into this when Marcus Rashford signed for Barcelona. Oh, Barcelona got some crazy player,
Yeah.
Marcus Rashford.
I
Oh my
want
God, he's so
Rashford.
good.
Don't you guys-
You,
don't you
but
guys
the world of
appreciate
football, we're saying Barcelona and Marcus Rashford is going to do nothing there.
Okay.
So don't come to me saying, "Oh, we have the luxury of getting Marcus Rashford."
That is a luxury.
No, because no one ever thought that he was going to be this good.
How is he not a luxury signing? You have Rafinha and Yamal as your starters. Rashford is a third stringer. He's a third stringer on your team. What are you laughing for? He's a third stringer on your team. How is that not a luxury signing? He probably has one of the biggest contracts on your team as well.
No.
Not only. He probably does.
So what does that have to do with anything? What?
That's a luxury signing.
He's a luxury contract.
Yes.
No.
An expensive player is a luxury
If Marcus Rashford did nothing for Barcelona so far this season, you would have been, and everyone else in football would be like, yeah, well, that's what I expected.
No.
Yes.
No.
This what he's doing is right now is not what you're expecting from Marcus Rashford.
Why not?
This is because of the system, because of what Hansi Flick has got him doing, and because Marcus Rashford, again, he's the man on a mission. People in the media did not have him doing this, so don't say luxury signing for Barcelona.
We know how good
Relax.
Rashford is or was,
What?
and he just was. We know
How
the
many
talent.
years ago?
He was one of the most talented players.
Okay, so
From back
Sancho
in
is
the-
one of the
Yes, and I
players.
guarantee you,
What?
if he leaves the Prem, he'd be good.
Yeah.
It's how these English players go. They get too comfortable in certain situations. They leave different situations. They're not at home. They're not with their friends. They're not with their family.
Well,
Changes.
hindsight is 2020, but I want to talk about another key piece in this Barcelona squad. Barcelona's third captain, Frenkie de Jong. I don't know if you guys saw, but Dutch legend Marco van Basten had some choice words to say about Frenkie de Jong. He essentially said that Frenkie de Jong plays football like a mailman.
What does that
Elaborate.
mean?
He doesn't drive the ball forward. He doesn't pass forward. He doesn't advance the ball. He brings the ball to his teammate's foot. And yeah, he was basically chirping his compatriot. What do you guys think about that? How do you guys feel about, legends of, big footballing nations kind of coming down on, their top talents of the current generation? You think that's good for the national team?
I rate it.
Do you think it's hating or do you think it's more real when it comes from someone from your nation?
It's probably more realistically, because they want to see the best for the players that are coming for their country, right? And especially in the World Cup year, you want that player to be, playing to the best of his ability. But I don't know. I don't necessarily think that every player in your team needs to be, exhibiting those qualities of putting the ball forward every single time.
No,
You know what I mean? Like a system's always going to have that player who's, especially in a possession system, like you need to have that player that's going to kind of control the tempo, recycle the ball, calm things down, be that presence of calmness for the team when things get erratic, right? Especially when you're playing that super high press up the pitch, like things can get hectic, things can get crazy. So you need to have that player who can sometimes just like everybody chill, everybody relax, and then he passes the ball off to someone like a Pedri, someone like an Olmo, someone who can kind of make that line breaking
I'm
pass
forward though.
and create the danger, right? So I think at the end of the day, I don't think there's a problem with what Frenkie de Jong is doing. I think maybe, the reason maybe why Van Basten is so upset is if you look at that national team setup, you don't have the Pedri. You don't really have the Olmo. You don't have that player at the Netherlands who can do that. So I think for him, he's like, hey, like, I get you. This is how you play at Barcelona, but don't play like this for the Netherlands because we need you to be that forward-thinking midfielder on the team because we literally just don't have that on the team. I think for Barca, there's no problem with how he's playing. I think you need that player in the system for it to work correctly.
Yeah, but if you're a Frankie de Jong and you have a legend of your national team, arguably one of the greatest strikers of all time, saying you play football like a mailman, you're not gonna feel some type of way?
No, I think it's fine. At the end of the day, like
It's fine.
I think it's fine. 'Cause at the end of the day,
You're Frankie de Jong. You're like, you're right.
yeah. I mean, at the end of the day,
No, man.
dude, you know your ability, you know your talent. You're at like one of the biggest clubs in the world for a reason. You know what I mean? You're literally one of the best midfielders in the world.
No, but for some reason,
You're not just gonna go and change your whole play style because Marco Van Basten said you play like a mailman.
no, he changed his play style already. He used to drive the ball forward,
Exactly.
make passes forward. He changed his game when he reached Barcelona for some reason.
You know what the reason is? Because the system needed him to do it.
Exactly. Like
It's not.
It's not
No
difficult.
system. No system needs a pass back merchant. No system.
I've had enough with the young slander and the hate. I hear from everywhere. I hear from Matthews and Jay as well. The young slander is crazy. Like Jay legit.
haters.
Jay legit got the word. Sorry, James got the words out of my mouth. You don't need players like that. Every single player. We have a Pedri that can do that. What did De Jong do so well at Ajax? Ajax, sorry. He always played as a defender. He would come back between the center backs and play as a third defender.
Yeah, but
And
his
he would
ability to
create
beat a
play out.
man.
But we don't need that at Barcelona. Not every player at Barcelona has to break a man, create a ball, go forward. We've seen it every time at Barcelona too. When he gets the ball, he brings it back. He presses it out to either Koundé or Balde, and he stays back with those three. He's a three. It becomes like a three in the back. He controls that mid, and then those two wing backs can go up. You don't always need players to be making those through balls or those runs up going forward. So the slander of the young guys, please stop it. And for that to come from a player from his own nation, like you said, come on, man.
I get it. It's
That's some
fine.
respect.
What you're describing basically is what an average player should do.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
pretty
every,
much.
Not every
Yeah.
player has the ability to do it.
So
Look
what-
at how he
so,
does
so,
it.
what
because Caicedo is so good at slide tackling. Well, players can do that. An average player can slide tackle. Whoa.
that guy's just a
But there's
shit
players
kid.
that do it at levels that are better and exceeds better than others. So don't come to me, a player should know how to defend or pass the ball. There's reasons why he's at Barcelona. There's a reason why Hansi Flick has trust in him.
There's a reason why he's at Barcelona. It's because that Ajax team sold everyone dreams, bro. It sold everyone dreams. De Jong, Ziyech, all the man.
Van de Beek.
Van de Beek,
You guys,
all frauds.
you guys are literally acting like he doesn't start in your team.
Who's your best midfielding? Like right now, who's your best midfielder right now?
And
Who's
you
your
guys
best
are top of the
Pedri?
league.
Who
Like,
is?
I don't get it.
What is your best Barcelona midfielder? Everyone's healthy.
He's in there, but
No. That's
But
all
the
it
thing
That's all it
is,
That's all
the
it
thing is,
What? No.
Who would you rather have then?
Frankie de Jong's been at the club for what, like 6-7 years? The thing is, he hasn't
Hey.
improved in those years.
He declined
has.
a little bit.
He has.
It's been straight stagnant. There's been no increase in quality.
But what do
He's
you-
been that same player.
What do you need him to do?
You're not wrong.
What do you need him to do that's
The
different?
thing is, he's one of the highest paid players on the team.
Okay. Does he
When
not,
a player like
does he not deserve
when a
it?
player of that ilk comes in, you expect them to get better. You expect them to be one of the best players at the club. Sure, he had some stints where
Is he not?
he's one of the better
best players?
midfielders.
Is he not one of the best players?
no, he's not.
No, I would agree with him because
Is he not
The
one
young-
of the first
the-
names on the team sheet?
but De Jong's similar to an Araujo where the big game lights come on.
He's not making errors.
so
It
Yeah.
seems.
Yes.
So answer
Yes,
this. Answer
man.
this. Answer this. Your midfielder right now is what? De Jong,
Pedri.
Young Pedri pivot, yeah.
pivot with who up front? In between them.
Fermin or Olmo.
Firmino or Olmo. Okay. So give me one player that in the world right now that you would take De Jong off and like I want this player because of the way he plays. I need him in that position
Gavi.
in the world.
Gavi.
So your starting lineup is
No,
Gavi,
Gavi can't
Pedri,
play
and
Pedri.
Olmo.
I'd put Gavi over De Jong.
Shut the front.
So no, outside of football,
Watch your team fall
not
apart.
in Barcelona. Give me a player that you can be like, okay, I understand what you're saying. Give me a player that take De Jong off. Give me another player in world football that you can put right there, right now, and like that's what I want De Jong to be doing week in, week out, performing like him.
I can give you one.
Declan Rice.
Why? We have Pedri.
No,
Different
they're
profiles.
guys.
different
They're
players.
different profiles.
I'd rather have someone like Caicedo.
You could even take Zubamendi.
And guess what? What does Caicedo do?
Felix Metro.
Kick shins.
He doesn't go forward. He doesn't go up. He's defensive minded first.
Okay.
So then why are people going on De Jong? Oh, he has to be attacking. He has to be doing this and that. Why can't he be creating?
He doesn't.
Yeah, but the
Why can't he
difference.
just be passing the ball like
Caicedo-
Caicedo would be doing it?
Because you don't need a water carrier in the team, bro.
Water carriers.
If you need a water carrier, you just bring someone from La Masia. You get a Cazador.
So then why aren't they starting?
And Barca's best football last season was when Frenkie de Jong was injured and Casado was playing in the pivot. Again, Casado's been kind of cheeks this season, bit of a fall
So
off.
bring him
But
back.
you know, hey, Barca's best football they played in a long time was when De Jong was out of the team.
Bro, the thing is, too, you're saying, why is he starting? The amount of money he makes, his transfer fee, you have agents, you have people higher ups in the club saying these players have to start. These certain players have to start.
But does he not perform when he starts?
He does his job. He's
That's
average.
average. He does literally exactly what Locatelli
He's
does.
not worth his price.
He drops back
Oh,
into the
he's worth
defense as a back in the back three. He passes only back. Does not beat a line. Does not move up. He does the exact same thing as Locatelli,
answer
and
this.
he is an average player.
I love to ask you guys questions. Answer this. You take a player. Give me your best Barcelona lineup right now, okay? Your best Barcelona right now. You take off De Jong. You put in Casado. Are you still not winning the league? With or without De Jong?
Very
No, you're
possible.
not.
Possibly, yeah.
I don't think you are.
You're not winning the league with or
One
without.
player, especially of his quality, wouldn't impact the team that greatly, to whereas they wouldn't or would.
But what
with
does
the league.
what
So
does
what's the difference between this year and last year when you guys won the league, won the Copa del Rey, and won what else? What did you guys win? The other cup, Super Cup.
I mean, there's a lot of implications that come to
No,
winning trophies.
This is the exact same team as last season, no? What are the difference? You guys added Rashford, and you have a better goalie now.
Lost
That's
to-
Inigo,
lost
that's
to
it.
Inigo.
Yeah.
And you go, okay. With or without De Jong in the squad, are you guys not still available to get those 3 trophies this season?
Well, if we're talking about La Liga, only 2 teams win trophies, if we're being honest here. So,
So what
flip
is
a
it? What
coin,
do you
who's
want?
winning it?
If you're still a contender to win these 3 trophies, so you're telling me if you take De Jong off your lineup and put a Declan Rice in your squad, you're winning Champions League?
possibly.
No. It disrupts the team. You don't need a Rice if you have a Pedri.
Well,
No, what are you talking about?
That's the only thing. If you really think that De Jong is a useless footballer, that we need someone else to improve and get a better replacement for him, the only thing that you can possibly get more than what you had last season is the Champions League. So if you're
Yeah.
telling me you have your best XI, take off De Jong, and you put in Declan Rice, you're winning Champions League.
maybe
Is it
Everything's about
really?
moments.
You're telling me that one player is impacting that whole outcome.
it can. If Araujo wasn't playing, game could have been different. If Gerard Martin wasn't playing, game could have been.
So what you're telling me is
So,
that,
like,
what you're telling
You guys were in the semifinals last season,
Yeah, it all depends, right?
and you guys had the same squad. So
Yeah.
why is a player like De Jong the one that's at fault with the way he's performing?
Well, if it's not just one game, it's the whole season we're talking about. Bro, my main concern with him is how much he's making for the little amount of quality that he offers.
But is that
Yeah, the ROI isn't there.
Is that not what you expect? Like, I get it. The payment is one thing, but as a footballer, what more can he do that's not taken away from Pedri? That's not taken away from Olmo? That's not taking the ball away from Yamal? Why does De Jong need to have the ball on his feet when everyone else around him can do the work for him that needs to be done? Pedri doesn't. Sorry, De Jong gets the ball, holds the ball more. Pedri has less touches. Yamal has less touches in the game. There's less creativity up top. Why do you need De Jong to be holding onto the ball when he can put it where who needs to take that ball and let them do the magic?
Exactly. He holds onto the ball too long.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he
does.
does.
De Jong.
Bro,
He takes too
you're-
many touches.
You're watching a
Yes,
different
he
Frankie de Jong.
Hey, dude, here, look, I'm looking at it right now. The last La Liga game Frenkie de Jong played in versus Elche here.
Stats merchant over here.
No,
No, but
No, but
you
it's
have to
true.
go off something.
What do you mean, bro?
You can't go off
my eyes, bro.
Okay, how many passes? Okay, off your eyes, how many passes into the final third, Frenkie de Jong, if he's just a pass back merchant
I don't know what per 90.
in the game?
Oh yeah, per 90.
In the last game he played, one game, how many passes did he play into the final third? If you're just looking at the
I
eye,
don't know, 3, 4.
9.
Nice.
9.
It's a good game.
Passes completed.
Gosh.
45 out of 50 accurate passes. 9 of those into the final third. So that's like what? 19, 27, like almost what? A fifth of your passes are going directly into the final third. 8 out of 9 ground duels won. Nobody's getting by him. on
Okay,
the
but
field.
again,
What do you want him to do? He's
Okay,
literally the
what-
best.
Check it
Okay,
out.
again,
Giving one little anecdote there.
Check his
What do you
stats
mean?
for
Every
Chelsea
game
now.
is the same, bro.
again,
Every game is
again
the
the sample size you're taking from is like so obscure. And again,
But what sample size are you taking
again,
from?
I see him against Inter where he flopped in the big game.
Okay.
Like the big games, he doesn't show up.
Okay, Chelsea. How many passes into the final third?
I don't care what the stats say.
I
I'm
want
watching
to
it
know.
all.
I want to know. Let me know. Let me know.
I don't know.
Since this is the worst game, Frenkie Jong was the reason why you guys are losing the game.
Against Chelsea?
Yeah,
I didn't
say that.
No, not one person said
you guys
that.
are acting like he's the worst player in your team. He's literally carrying your midfield.
No one said he was the worst player.
6 passes into the final third in a game where you were a man down for half of it and you were playing down 3
Dude,
the whole time and getting dominated.
Wait,
in the
wait,
game.
wait, 6 passes into the final third. I mean, getting the ball to the wing where like Rashford's on the touchline.
Yeah.
Like that's not hard.
That's not the final third.
What's the final third?
The final third is the final third of the pitch.
But it could also be like a clearance.
So because Barca
not
plays,
pass.
so because
They won't
Barca
count
plays
that as a
higher
final
up, he's
third
gonna be
pass.
higher up that pitch, and it's gonna be easier to get the ball to the final third.
The ball
You guys-
go down to the wing.
Okay,
So now what do you want him to do? Hold the ball now? Like he does something right, you guys don't like it. He does something wrong, you guys don't like it. He just showed you he's playing passes to the final third. These are passes, clearances. In a game where we're down a man, Chelsea's pressing us so high, and
getting
he's
dominated by
doing this.
Chelsea. He still has 6
What
crosses.
else you
I
want?
praised him, saying there's been times where he's been one of the best midfielders in the world, but I'm saying overall,
This
his
season-
time at Barcelona has not been worth the price.
I don't know.
So then that's the thing. That's your problem.
That's what
If
I said. at the
Casado,
start.
okay, give me a
how
second.
much
then.
did you guys pay for him?
If
70
Casado,
Okay.
give me this. If Casado made them, if he switched the money, wages, Casado makes as much as De Jong makes. De Jong makes as much as Casado makes. Would you rather have Casado starting or De Jong starting?
De Jong would look like a steal then, because if he came up from
only
the
money
academy,
for you, it's not the quality of the player.
that's what I'm
so
trying
then
to say.
Casado, De Jong is a better player than Casado.
Brother, who are you signing?
He's a slightly better version.
What better player are you signing?
Are you paying the players' wages?
Is it his
No.
fault?
Bro, end of the day, what do you want?
These player wages is
Okay,
why Barca can't
What do
afford to sign
but
players.
What do you need your club to do more? You're already winning every single trophy in domestic football, and you came in semifinals last year in the Champions League. You're telling me that just because of the young gets paid more, you guys didn't win Champions League?
Bro, I'm saying I don't like De Jong as a player because of how long he's been at the club
Okay,
and
you
how
guys got-
little.
Yeah, you guys got in
little
Champions League
what?
semifinals. You're saying that your club is not being able to purchase players that he doesn't. Who are you guys purchasing?
What do you want him to do?
I don't know, bro.
Who you buying for less than 70 mil? It's a better player than Frenkie.
Okay, but that's 70 mil in 2019.
Prices haven't changed that much.
Yeah.
Since
Moises Caicedo, 100 million. Declan Rice, 100 million.
Exactly.
Enzo Fernandez, 120.
Frankie De Jong,
You don't
that
pay any of these
you know,
players.
Frankie De Jong adjusted for inflation is probably like that would be like 110 at
And
that
would,
time.
and would you not say he's at the same level of those players?
No,
You're crazy.
Y'all are
no, because look, you pulled out a bunch of stats.
Mhm.
Great.
Okay.
Dani Alves has more career assists than Zinedine Zidane.
Okay.
I'm watching the game.
Daniel is one of the best right backs in the
The
world.
best wing backs of all time?
Yeah, but is he a better passer than Zinedine Zidane?
No.
But those are two greats.
So but-
You can
so-
still
no.
two things can be
No,
right
but
at the
again,
time.
but again, you could pull out your stats.
Yeah.
I'm seeing Frankie De Jong get tired, lose his mentality, lose his head in the big games, not complete passes in the big games. I've watched this happen.
passes.
What?
Brother,
Against Elche?
you went,
Okay.
you went against
I
Chelsea.
mean, I'm gonna search right now the game against Inter, see how many passes is completed. Because you
Again,
said that's a bad
again,
game.
you just said search it. Rewatch the game and then come to me.
I did.
Don't look
I
at the
did
box.
watch the game, and he didn't do as bad. You know what the biggest problem was that in the game? Araujo. Don't come to me and say De Jong was the biggest problem.
I
that
didn't
game.
say he was the big.
One of
He
the
was a
biggest-
problem.
Two of the biggest problems was Araujo, and we had no left back. That was the biggest problem. You can't go in and say De Jong was one of the biggest problems.
I didn't say
one
that.
said
I
that.
said he. No,
But you're
literally,
saying
no
big
one.
games,
Said,
he's not doing anything.
he's not.
But what do you want him to do?
Again,
Perform.
He's one player, and then you have
Oh, wait,
10 around
What's
him.
performing?
Perform at the level that you're performing at throughout the majority of the
So
season.
what do you want him to do? Score goals? Like, I don't
No,
understand.
not necessarily.
You know what it is to them?
You know- you know
to
what's-
Matt for sure, it's performance.
He's getting stripped. He's playing dumb passes where he's getting dispossessed. That leads to counterattack.
95%
He's making
pass
bonehead
accuracy
decisions.
against
Didn't,
Chelsea.
didn't Matthews also make
There
the
we go.
comment that the last time the front three played together was 6 months ago? Don't you also think that a player at his level needs to understand that he needs to play with some of his best teammates week in, week out to perform well as well? If I'm the best midfielder in the world and I'm playing with a Sunday League footballer on my right side and my Sunday League footballer on my left side, and I send him a beautiful pass, do I expect that player to be doing something with that ball or what?
Nah,
Then-
time
then-
to switch gears.
Then you expect me to perform, carry the ball, hold the ball, go forward and score the goal because I'm the professional player. But if he's not playing with the same players week in, week out, and he's playing with
Sunday league.
Sunday, like
Times to switch gears, guys.
some guys who he's not playing, who's not performing the best at, like, yeah, like he's not gonna. What do you expect him to do?
I
Okay.
rate Frenkie de Jong.
Anyways, I want to talk about a little story here. Shocking scenes at Nice training ground last night.
Come on.
400 fans were waiting for the team when they returned from Lorient after Nice's 6th straight loss. And fans got on the bus to confront players. Taram Mofi and Jeremy Boga were attacked, beaten up, with sporting director Maurice also targeted.
That doesn't sound very nice.
Do you guys think that fans should be allowed to, attack players?
What kind of question is that?
Okay.
What kind of question is that, bro?
But real talk though, like, what do you guys think about the situation? Do you think that should these fans be banned for life? Should there be more of a distance between fans and players? Do you think like what's your just genuine reaction to this situation?
I'm confused. I'm confused how they got on the bus. Is there no security? Is there no type of like
When there's
precautions
400
you
people,
take?
security don't matter, bro.
You know
Yeah,
what
I don't
mean?
think it's that hard.
But then how many of them are getting on the bus? 2, 3, like I
Probably a
don't
solid
understand.
amount.
Also, if you're seeing 400 fans, like why are you driving into them? You know they're going to be upset. You lost 6
Because they're
straight.
probably outside the stadium.
There's got to be other ways that you guys can do this. No, like there should be like a hidden entrance, something. There's got to be something. But no, obviously, I don't agree with it. Obviously, we know how passionate French football fans can be. They're some of the most passionate fans in football.
Crazy.
And they're upset. I would be upset too. It's not very nice that my team is losing 6 games in a row. I'd be upset. Would I go to the extent of beating up my players? Obviously not. But like I get it. You're upset. But I think repercussions need to be had. Should be fines, maybe. But I think the biggest thing that you can take from these players is their ability to enjoy the club, because they're obviously acting this way because the club means so much to them. So ban them from the stadium. Don't allow them to buy tickets. Make sure these players are never watching. Make sure these fans are never watching the team play live ever again.
Bro.
So that'll be the biggest punishment you can give them.
Bro, it's not like they're in relegation danger. They're only 10th place. It could be a lot worse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, you said these are fans?
Yeah.
So fans are moving like ops.
Yeah.
I don't understand, man. Bro, football has got a tough job, man. tough job.
You got to remember that like these are their ultras though. 100% they're their ultras.
Yeah.
So like this takes out like a pretty big portion of like who's paying for their wages pretty much, because they're the ones buying the jerseys. They're the ones buying the tickets every single game, season tickets.
No,
They're the ones doing everything in and out. 100%.
It'll be fine without these ultras.
I don't know. Teams
Financially, they'll be fine.
teams need ultras at the end of the day, because it does bring even an atmosphere. It brings.
Yeah, but you don't need ultras that are beating up your players.
I know, but
Say the Royal Rumble.
no,
bro.
but I no, it's not. I don't think they. Yes, you ban them, but you can't ban them for life. I don't
Why not?
think. Because
So what?
they not all of them. You gotta ban the guys who did it. You
So
can't
what's-
ban them all.
What's a bannable for life offense then?
No. The guys that did it. The guys that actually did it. No, the guys that actually beat up the player. If they could get them, ban them. You can't ban all 400 people though. So
Why not?
Why not? You definitely can.
Why?
Why not?
You think all
It's-
400 went to beat up the players?
It's only 400 people.
At the end of the day, if you're going into that mess, like why else are you going there at that time in that place
You're heckling.
than to
you're
find
hollering.
trouble? You're trying to find trouble.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think is the farthest fan criticism should go? The absolute farthest. Do you think fans are just to maybe criticize players on social media? Like,
Yeah.
what's the farthest fan criticism should go?
I don't know. I think like for me, like I think commenting on someone's post, I think is like a little weird, because like you're literally like
Super weird.
it's super weird. Like you're literally like you're getting no good out of it. I'm okay with tweets. I'm okay with conversations being upset about a player's performance and criticizing a tactic or criticizing this or that, or coming on a podcast and talking smack about a player's performance. I'm okay with that, because I think the fans have the right to criticize how a player is performing, maybe try something different, this and that. But I think there's no need, obviously, A, to be beating up.
No physical violence should have.
But I also think B, I also don't think that there's any need to be like commenting hateful things on someone's post. Like, what are you gaining out of that? You're literally just venting at that point. If you want to vent, come here and vent to your boys. Talk shit in the group chat. But there's no need to go on a player's thing, especially if the player's going to see it. You're not helping anything. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I think it gets too far when you actively try to get their attention with it, right?
Yeah.
Whether it be like a comment on their post, a
Why you
DM,
Yeah.
whether it's confronting them in public, right?
It's weird.
When it gets to that point, it's too much.
I think it's okay as long as it's not physical, racial, or personal. Like you don't make it along those lines. I think it's okay to make a tweet. Oh, this guy sucks. Like, well, at the end of the day, you're not gonna be better than that player. He knows that he's better than every single person that's ever gonna tweet at him. You should not be taking offense to that. But yeah, if you start making it personal, like something about his family or something about his race, or you're going onto the bus and beating the crap out of the guy. Yeah, that's wrong. You should not be doing any of those things.
Blatantly
But-
weird.
Have you guys ever wanted to punch a player? Like you were that mad?
Nah.
Never. eh?
Yes, yes.
Which one?
I can't remember, but it was definitely
Stop, bro.
something. But like, I'm not actually ever gonna punch the player. You know?
When was this?
I don't know. Like, I don't know.
That's the level of just fandom.
Yeah,
It's whether like, bro, how like
There's
there's
you
level.
saying it, and then there's you doing it.
no, but there's levels of also like fans. Like there's some that like live, breathe, and die for the bad. Where like they're literally living to support that club, and then there's fans, and then there's casuals. But like there's some people out there that I would expect like okay, like they'll probably go too far because they just love that club so much.
Yeah. I think it's weird.
What and also like talking about clubs now, like a club that I expect like okay, the fans going crazy. Fiorentina, 0 wins in the first 13 games of the season.
Damn.
Didn't you guys just tie them?
GG.
I see here that a team with 0 wins in the 13 games of the season have never come out of relegation.
It's crazy because, like, not for anything. Like, they're pretty nice. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't they have like some good players?
They
lost their coach.
spent almost 100 million this transfer window
Wow.
to
Yeah.
bolster the team.
They had a really good.
You had
like,
Moise Kean, almost one of the top goal scorers last season, right? Great season with him. You're bringing in another striker like Dzeko, top level, and then you're bringing in Fajoli, you're bringing in Gosens, Lamty, like a bunch of players that just clubs should be
Lamptey.
performing, and they're in the Conference League too. So, are you prioritizing not being relegated, or are you prioritizing the Conference League to then get Europa League next season? But then you're playing in Serie B.
Well, I think everyone thinks that they had a good team. Their team is like it's kind of a washed team. All the players on the team are kind of washed. Besides Moise Kean, Moise Kean carries that team. He's been out for a little bit, but he just came back. Of course, he came back against Juve. But this team had Palladino as their manager, and I think they overachieved a lot because of how good of a manager he is.
Then they have Pioli too.
I think they had Pioli after. He was like the start of their downfall.
Pioli.
So they went from Palladino, who's now at Atalanta and balling out for Atalanta. Honestly, he's such a good manager. He brought them to that conference. He made them good. Now, I don't know. Now they have no system. They even watched them. I don't even know how we tied them. But it looks like we have no system either. So, I don't. If Fiorentina go down, it's gonna be weird.
Who's
Not-
snapping at Moise Kean though?
Huh?
Who's gonna snap at Moise Kean?
Hopefully you. But
How many strikers you guys need?
Bobby
How many strikers you guys
4 months.
need, man? There's no way you guys are snapping them up.
Oh, send up on the taking Keane.
I don't know. No, I think it'd be huge, right? Because I think Fiorentina are one of those clubs that are they're almost like a symbol for Serie A in some ways.
Yeah, they got
like you think of Serie A, you think of Fiorentina. Not that. You think of Fiorentina.
They
you
come to
think of
mind. They
Serie
come
A.
to mind.
They come to mind.
You think classic hits. You think
Purple,
legendary footballers.
Stefan
like,
Jovetic, like, you know what I mean? Like I think like they are a staple in Serie A.
Mm.
Maybe they're not fighting for a top 4, but they're in that 6, 7, 8 race, right? All the time. So I think I think it'll definitely be tough to see them go down. But you know what? I think there's still a lot of time left in the season. I think, you know what, if you get another gaffer in that can kind of steer the ship, you know what you need right now? You need that emergency gaffer. You need like an Italian version of like a Sean Dyche to come in. You know?
Who is that?
There is one. I can't remember.
You need like an Italian version of a Sean Dyche to come in and just absolutely no nonsense. We're not dropping points. We'll tie if we have to, but we're gonna beat you 1-0. Right? Like that's what you need to come in right now. Get the points on the board, get the dubs in the chat, and then just stay up. You know what I mean? At this point, like you're not, you don't care about European competition. You literally care about staying in Serie A next season. Because honestly, if you go down to Serie B, probably a disaster.
Mhm.
Your whole team's gone, right? And you know what? Like Italy, they already don't have money as it is, right? In Serie A. So now imagine if you're going down to Serie B,
And they're one of the bigger funded clubs.
right? You go down to Serie B. Who's staying on that team? No one.
No one.
Right? And then what? Then you're gonna play Serie B. You're really maybe not gonna have as many fans in the stadium. You're not gonna be able to attract signings. You're gonna be, probably in a lot of debt from that as well. Then what if you get stuck down there 2 seasons, 3 seasons, and you become like Palermo, right? It's easy to happen. And in Italy, when there's not a lot of money in the second and third divisions, like you can get cooked. You can get cooked real bad. I don't want it to happen to Fiorentina.
I think it's just proof of like how like I think it's proof that the gaffer is the most important person in the club, no matter what club it is. You could say, yeah, Yamal is more important. No, he's not. Barca doesn't do it without Flick. Or I know Allegri, everyone hated Allegri, but guess what?
Who's everyone?
You. Everyone thought Allegri sucks, but hey, he's got Milan at the top of the table, or first or second. Like it's the manager at the end of the day. And Fiorentina went out. They thought they were okay without Palladino, without giving Palladino a signing, so he left. And now they're hitting rock bottom. They are at rock bottom. Tough. Hopefully they stay up, because I don't want to see them go down.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Fiorentina, Price Boateng revealed recently that Barcelona made him say that Lionel Messi is the best player in the world in order to play.
What?
They made him say it when he signed for Barcelona.
Good.
Do you guys think a lot of clubs do this when pertaining to rivals? You know, because for example, you know, we have players like Isco and Modric who grew up Barcelona fans but ultimately signed for Real Madrid. You know, Ronaldo's the best player in the world. Hala Madrid. You know, we have Harry Kane, lifelong Arsenal fan, signs for Spurs. Up the Spurs. You know, Coys, come on, you Spurs, right? So, you guys think Barca's legitimately doing this on the reg? Is Real Madrid doing this on the reg? Other clubs?
Every club is.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, there's a level of respect. Sometimes you don't even have to tell a player. Like if a player signs, for example, if a player signs for Real Madrid and he's a Barca fan, obviously you don't know he's a Barca fan until he usually ends his career and he goes on a podcast like him, right? And then he says, I'm a Barca fan or something like that. But if he's at Madrid, there's a level of respect as well. At the end of the day, it's a profession. You're going to go out there and say those words. I'm not going to say those words, but something Madrid. You know what I mean? Because of the respect you have for a team that's signed you. But for Messi, for him to say Messi's the best player ever, I do find that crazy that they told him he has to say that. But again, I would expect him to say that anyways, because same thing, if players go to Barcelona or Madrid, we've seen it before. How many times before we've seen it or someone says, or they get a question to ask, who's better, Messi or Ronaldo? The guy will always say Ronaldo because he plays in Madrid. But when he left Madrid, I forgot what player it was. Guys in the comments, let me know. But I forgot there was a player that said that, and then he left Madrid and he said Messi afterwards.
I feel like that's most like managers, players after they leave Madrid. Yeah, Messi's better.
Yeah. You have to, at the end of the day, you have to, at the end of the day, you have to side with the team who's paying your bills, right? The fans who are supporting you week in, week out. You're not going to say something to get yourself in hot water. Enough things you can do as a footballer to get yourself in hot water. Saying, one player is better than the other on my team is probably not the way to do it. You know what I mean? So I think it's just more like a PR, protection, right? But I think you'll probably start to see now, especially now that we're seeing, podcasts and, even just, shows related to footy becoming more and more popular. Social media is more prevalent. I think we'll start to see more and more and more players coming out after they retire, they hang up the boots, and say these little things that you wouldn't really think of. Like, maybe you knew it was happening, but you didn't really, oh, damn it, I didn't know they actually said, do this, do that, maybe as part of contracts, right? I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these things are true. But I think it's good. At the end of the day, the last thing you need is another reason to dislike a player on your team.
Yeah.
Right?
And I think if now, if anything, you're having trouble saying someone, just look what Endrick says. Just say Bobby Charlton at the end of the day. If you don't want any issues, just say Bobby Charlton, right?
Speaking of Endrick, was he crying on the bench? I saw pictures of him crying on the bench last game because he got no minutes.
That guy's getting no minutes anywhere, bro. That guy should leave that club.
Not too sure.
He's got to leave,
man.
You're taking my Juve. You guys
crazy.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, he'd be nice. He'd be nice at Juve. But no, what I think's, I agree that's kind of crazy. But what I think is even more crazy, what he said afterwards, saying how when he got signed for Barcelona, everything was good to go. The president wanted him. The club wanted him. The coach wanted him.
Sporting
director wanted him. Everyone wanted Price Boateng at Barcelona. He was ready to sign. But supposedly, they were told him that we have to wait until we get the okay from Messi himself. And he was like, what? Am I not good to sign? They said, no, we'll have to get back to you. We just have to wait for Messi to give us the okay. I did not think Messi had that much pull back then. I know he has pull, but for him and to hear that story, is there any other player in sports in general that has that much
LeBron.
pull like
Yeah,
that?
You guys don't think captains have like a little bit of that kind of pull? Like you don't think like the coach or like the sporting director or even
Coach
the
is different,
president will
though.
come up to the captain and say, "Hey, we're thinking about signing this guy. What do you think about him?" You know?
But not to the extent where they're like, hold up, we're gonna have to wait till what he says, and if it's a yes or a no, we'll go from that.
I'm sure they
Usually, it's a we're looking at this guy, signing this guy. What do you think? But most captains at the point, they're not gonna be like, no, what the frick, why hand? They're really like,
Never know, bro.
no, they're gonna be
It's
like,
definitely happened before, bro.
they're most likely gonna be like, oh, okay, yes, yeah,
I
okay,
guess some
sure.
mid, bro.
No one's gonna say he's mid. Nah, no, don't get him. What the frick, bro? But even if they don't like him, be like, okay, sure, go for it. At the end of the day, it's for the best of the club. That's why they're thinking of him. But for them to say that, we have to wait for Messi. Okay, any other player in sports that has that pull? I don't know.
No.
LeBron.
Oh yeah, LeBron. I thought you said footy for a second. I think Ronaldo never had that pull. He
I
didn't.
agree.
United didn't. Juve didn't. Madrid didn't.
Juve maybe.
No, he didn't.
No,
Juve
Juve they
just-
had pull. Like the only pull he had is to get money, but they didn't. He didn't bring players with him.
He couldn't because they had no money to offer him to help him
Yeah.
bring players. Neymar didn't have that pull. They signed Mbappe. You think Neymar would want that? No. Who else is there? Hazard. No. Who else was a top player that no one had pull?
So you're saying you wouldn't want to play with top players?
Huh?
Like you said, Neymar was there, and then Mbappe came.
I don't think Neymar wanted Mbappe
Why?
Yeah, I don't think so either.
because that's a star player and he wanted to be the star.
Barca for the reason of he wanted to have his own team. Then Mbappe came and it was like Neymar's team for like a month.
Fair.
Yeah, but I mean, speaking of Messi, as we kind of wrap things up here, I have a cheeky question for you guys. A cheeky one.
How cheeky we talking?
Because our friends at FanDuel actually have a really cheeky prop bet for the World Cup regarding Messi. Basically, the play is, will Lionel Messi play a World Cup game in Toronto? Very cheeky prop. Obviously, yes or no. What do you guys think?
I'll start it off.
A little bit to preface, Toronto have 6 matches at the World Cup.
Toronto
6
or
chances.
Toronto.
Just Toronto has 6?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
What's like the allocation, like group stage, round of 16, that kind of stuff?
Play a game in Toronto. That simple.
I will give the first answer. For me, no. I don't think he's leaving the States. I don't think he's leaving. I don't think he's playing in Mexico. I don't think he's playing in Canada.
Really? It's strictly U.S.
Strictly U.S.
All games in Miami for Argentina?
He's
somehow?
gonna have at least 2 or 3 in Miami for sure.
Yeah, bro. I don't think he's gonna play in Toronto at all. Like I feel like Argentina's like camp is gonna be set up in Miami. They're gonna play like a 1-2 game in Miami, maybe a few like around the neighboring states. But coming to Toronto, nah, no chance.
Yeah, I agree. I'm also gonna go with no. I think like at the end of the day, as much as this is like all random, I think that like
It's not that random.
it's not that random. I think at the end of the day, like you're not gonna go and put Messi in like a 40,000 maybe seat stadium at BMO Field when you can go put him in like a 90,000 seat stadium somewhere in the U.S. At the end of the day, like you want as many people to be seeing him as possible, right? It's probably his last World Cup. I think in some way or another he'll be like Spatty said, he'll be locked to the States. In that Miami base camp area, maybe you have a game at like Hot Atlanta or something like that, like somewhere close by. But like he's not coming north of the border.
They gonna treat him like he got charges, bro. He ain't leaving the States.
Yeah, he's not. I don't think he's leaving the States. Like unless like, well, I mean, obviously you never know because like with how like I guess like the the group round of 16, round of 32, whatever is set up. Like if they don't finish top of their group, maybe like the intended plan doesn't come to fruition. But I think we don't have many non-group stage games here.
There is one round of 32 game.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like I think that's maybe your best chance. if
Dude,
anything.
I'm going to say yeah.
Why?
Messi's going to play a game in Toronto.
Yeah, why?
There's a big Argentine community here. They're going to feel the love. Argentina versus Senegal in Toronto.
He gave it the
You got the script, bro?
Is that even,
Low key.
Is that even possible?
You never know.
Is that possible?
Anything's possible.
I'm being
On God's green earth. Anything's possible.
Flying
Look, I love an underdog story. I'm picking Messi in Toronto in the 6.
yeah.
I
Shut it down.
I cannot agree with you on that. I think we've heard stories of Messi and the pull he has in football. We know he's a FIFA golden boy. So I do not see him leaving the US, especially Miami. You're gonna give that guy the things he wants, the nice weather,
The nice
green
weather.
grass, all of that, man.
Is
He
he
ain't
ever
leaving
not-
USA.
Trump, pull out the weather machine, bro.
100%. Whatever he needs, man, he's getting it. He's not leaving.
Dan,
I'm saying no as well. Simple as that. But I also have another great question for you guys. Since we do have the draw this Friday, December 5th, we will see who is going to be in Canada's group. Pick one team that you'd love to have in Canada's group. That would be a great watch, but also be a good contender for Team Canada that can possibly get a good dub here in Toronto. Go, quick, one answer.
I'll go first.
Yeah, go.
We saw Canada versus Ecuador. I was not enjoying that game whatsoever. I need a rematch. I need to see Ecuador versus Canada for sure.
Me personally, man, Canada versus Brazil. I'm a Brazilian international, former youth at that, and I would just love to see Brazil play Canada. It'd be pretty sick to see at a World Cup stage.
I think I'm gonna try to be different because I think I see where everyone's going here. I'm gonna go Norway. I think it would be sick to see Haaland
Ooh,
versus Canada. And I'm trying to be maybe a little bit realistic too, because I think like realistically speaking, unless Canada make it pretty far in the tournament, we're probably not getting a big team because of how the groups are allocated, right? Because Canada's a pot one team, right? So we can't get another pot one team. So I'm trying to think of teams that maybe fall into that pot two category. Maybe a Norway would be sick. I'd love to see Haaland at BMO Field. Just ripping that net. You know what I mean? And it'll be sick, man. It'll be sick to see Haaland at ripping at BMO Field. And I think he'd be a vibe too. He'd be a vibe in the city. He'd be walking around. You know what I mean? He just seems like a very chill guy. Go see him in the streets.
Okay, man, I said quick one answer. Matthews, go.
Yeah.
I agree with Jay. Canada versus Brazil. Just so I can hear my dad say, if Canada play Brazil, who you support? That's it.
And who do you support?
Y'all know the answer.
You'll have to find out. For me, I don't want to say Italy because I don't want to see them in the same group.
They won't be there, but
Yeah, we might not even be there. But I wouldn't mind seeing Turkey in Canada. Watching ELDs. I want to see ELDs play.
Yeah, and I'm gonna change my team here to be more respectful to the pots, because like you mentioned, pot one, unless Canada make a round of 32, it's a bleak possibility. I'm gonna say Croatia, man.
Yeah,
Rematch
Modric.
for Brazil in that sense, and Canada actually, because Canada did play against them in 2022 World Cup.
Yeah.
We saw Alphonso Davies score.
First Canadian goal.
It's freaking nuts.
let's just put all of them in the group: Brazil, Croatia, and Canada.
There you go.
Not possible.
Not possible, but why
But
not?
yes, a lot of great props here for the draw this coming Friday, and a lot of cool stuff here from FanDuel. Like Jay said, there's some cool and some tricky props. There will be who will be the group of death, so you guys can pick A, B, C, D. You guys can pick who will be the group of death, which countries will be in Canada's group as well. What will be Canada's first opponent is a good one, first match, right? We also have which country will be the first team drawn, which is tricky, like first team
Ooh,
shown.
That's cool.
It's a group of it's a pot one team, obviously,
Yeah.
but it'll be interesting. Like it's a top team, and like Jay mentioned, will Messi play a game in Toronto, and will Ronaldo also play a game in Toronto? Yes or no?
See, I think that's a better chance, Ronaldo.
Why?
The U.S. don't like him.
do we have time to squeeze in a cheeky would you rather?
I mean,
Would you rather what?
you already proposed it.
Would I rather what?
So would you rather 100K right now in your pocket or a chance at 3 million, but you have 25 attempts to stop a prime Lionel Messi just once?
I'll take
Take the ball off him is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Or stop a shot.
Take the ball.
Stop him from scoring.
I'll just take the automatic. What was it? 300,000?
100K.
Yeah, I'll just take the 100K.
Why?
I'm not stopping him. What the? No, none of us are stopping him. Just get that in your head. No one's stopping him. I mean, you could try.
He said prime Messi, so we'd have to be in our prime as well.
No,
I
still,
don't think it's making a difference.
still.
Dude, I'm a confident fellow. I'm a risk taker. Dude, 25 attempts, you said?
25.
Dude,
Not enough.
I got a couple attempts to try and put a body in. I got a couple attempts to try a slide tackle. I had a couple attempts to try a stand tackle. I had a couple attempts to grab the shirt and try to nick a little back heel tackle in. I'm taking the chance at 3 mil. I'm stopping Lionel Messi.
I don't think you can foul him.
No, can't foul.
Can't foul.
You foul him, it counts as an attempt.
Yeah, but foul. I can't tug his kid a bit.
You're not stopping him.
No, a tug and a little stand tackle.
Little leg. Little press circle there,
I saw you defend Promise David. I don't think you stopped him once.
Dude, wire me that 3 million because I'm stopping Leo Messi.
To be honest, bro, I'm going for that 3 mil. If we're being honest, only take like maybe 5 attempts max. The first 3 to like figure out his game and like kind of like see where his head at and like see what he's doing. The 4th one to like attempt it, and the 5th one to perfect it and get the ball off of him.
Broski, you're barely stopping unks on Sundays.
Bro, you're saying it takes you 3 times to figure out his games.
Yeah.
You think players in world football would have thought of that?
But they're not doing it 25 times, bro.
No, I like that breakdown though. Like I said,
bro.
25 attempts, 5 chances with a slide tackle, 5 chances with a bit of a shirt tug, 5 chances with a body, 5 chances with a stand tackle, and 5 chances just doing a madness, maybe putting my head in there, like going on all fours, something. If I go on all fours, what's Messi Cucciatini gonna do?
If Messi's getting you on all fours, that's crazy, bro.
I win the ball. I don't care.
Yeah, you know
I win the ball by any means.
Now I think
You go like you literally dive for the ball without handballing it, getting on all fours. You could get that ball.
does that count though?
Wait, like,
You know,
do you have to maintain possession or can you kick it out?
like is
kick it out of play.
It's being officiated.
You can't let him get past you.
You could kick that. You could kick that sucker out if you
This
have.
guy's doing a John Terry.
Kick that sucker out. But no. You know what? Like Jay and Matt, I'm gonna back myself. I'm gonna give myself an opportunity to win $3 million, and in that 25th attempt, I cannot do it. I'm going cleats up. I'm going studs up. If I know I'm not stopping him at the 25th attempt, you know what? Might as well go for it. I'm a risk taker. I'm just gonna go studs up,
He's
man.
gonna jump right over.
And you're gonna be known as the guy that destroyed Messi's career.
That's great. That's
At least something, bro.
like, what's the story here? Like, oh, I walked out $100,000, or I slide tackled and broke Messi's leg.
No.
I don't know. Well,
That threat's at your door the next hour, bro.
It sounds like I'm the only one here walking away with money.
No.
Nah.
I won't hit you anything in Canada.
I get you a lot more than 0.
you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Get a couple
You know what
set
I would
Frenkie.
think? I would take the 100K, and then I'd put it on Messi playing a game in Toronto, and then I'd probably have some decent money.
There
You
you
probably
go.
lose. Probably
Yeah.
be a 0 too. So I'm the only one with money. Yeah.
You're a very charitable guy, I guess.
Little donation.
Fair play, fair play. But guys, thanks everybody for tuning in. As mentioned, the World Cup draws this Friday. You're gonna be seeing some content throughout that day. Plus, we'll obviously talk about the draw come next week's episode. It's gonna be fun, man. World Cup season is upon us. So many storylines are gonna come from it. It's coming here to Toronto, US, Mexico. It's gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be an absolute blast. We'll be there for all the dialogue. But yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in. Drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already. If you made it this far, drop a comment and let us know. Am I winning the Ballon d'Or? If you made it this far, comment if I'm winning the Ballon d'Or. But thank you guys.
Cheers.
Thank you.
See ya, fellas.
Weed Coach Mang.
Happy holidays, y'all.
I'm stopping Messi. I don't care.
Sure, bro. All he needs is 5 attempts, bro. Ciao, ciao, 5.